day would be like
wonders are so nice.
amazing.
That's
Not
why they
amazing,
have,
freaking scary.
that's why
Frick
they all
cars.
have giant eyes. Like,
Imagine a car coming towards you, you'd be like. Hello again. I'm Dean. I'm in my Unagi and I Love Rowing Boats t-shirt. I brought my bow tie to put on. Should we try and put that on? Because it can get very confusing. Us foreigners are a little bit like penguins. We all look the same. All right, so it's question time. Megan asked, "You're out on a boat, and the boat's sinking. Who would you save? Who's the one person you'd save?" I shouldn't say it's an easy answer, but I'm gonna pick Duncan. It's quite easy for me. Why? I want Mr. Macho with me. He's the strongest, the most able-bodied. He's the guy that can push me to my limits. So I know he's tough, and he's also another male, close to my age. Get on really well with him. Lives in my house. Feels a bit like a best mate now. So it just seems natural that I'd pick him. The girls love him, but would end up, if it was just me and them, probably kill each other. Or we'd get married and live happily ever after. But I'm going to take a risk and pick Duncan, okay? Love you, Duncan.
Who would you save? Difficult question. I'd save Dean. Unfortunately, the girls are gonna have to drown. Sorry, bye bye. The reason is because you kind of have to look after number one. If there's only one person I can save, I need somebody who is going to be strong and who I know is going to be able to complete the journey and keep me like focused and energetic for tough times. So Dean is the man, as you've seen from the runAway footage.
I'll try to save everyone. One by one. Well, I start with Megan, of course, as a woman, you know. And if she needed my help, I would first of all, I guess, choose a woman to help. You know, girls power.
I've thought about this one a bit, and I've realized that if I was on a sinking boat in an ocean, whoever I save would probably be the last person that I would see before I die, because there are a lot of sharks in the ocean. So I would save Duncan because I would want to die laughing, and he's hilarious and he makes me laugh. I don't think he would save me. I think that we would just die together laughing amongst a pool of sharks.
And the next is my question. My question is, what would you like to see or do? Or basically, because of runAway, what have we got the opportunity to see and do? I'm thinking of one thing that I would really love to do. The one thing I would really, really love to do in Japan more than anything else now is probably Sapporo Snow Festival. I feel like it's really high on my tick list to do. But Sapporo Snow Festival is in Sapporo in Hokkaido, and it's in February. So there's no way on this series of runAway we'll be doing that.
Somewhere that I really want to see? Past Himeji, there is an island or an area of coastland called the Seta Inland Sea. It's supposed to be really, really pretty and has loads of coastal fishing villages and just really pretty places to. So I really want to see that. That would be like a special spot for me.
Well, it was from the beginning. I really wanted to go to Hokkaido area, and I wanted to see Ainu people. It was kind of one of the dreams, I guess. I wanted to be in Japan really much. And the Kyushu, I'd love to reach Kyushu. So one of the activities, maybe we could all walk towards Kyushu, 800 kilometers, just the rest of the 5 episodes we can just walk.
What do I really want to see in Japan? Number one on my list has been Hiroshima. As an American, I've wanted to go to Hiroshima because it's kind of a strange feeling to be in Japan as an American and to have learned about World War II and have been educated on what happened, and to think that the only nuclear bombs that were ever dropped on this country where I'm living now. And it's pretty overwhelming. So I really wanted to go to Hiroshima. I read, there's a really famous book called Hiroshima. I forget who the author is. And we read this book when we were in junior high, and recently I picked it up again to read because I was here, and I don't know, I just want to be there. I just want to see if there's any kind of energy or power there, and it brings up a lot of kind of strange emotions, you know, just thinking about war and the whole concept of that. So I would love to go to Hiroshima.
Okay, Natalie asked, why are you here? Why am I in Japan? Yeah, modeling was a complete disaster, to be honest, to start out with. I thought I was going to get signed with a top agency. Didn't happen. Had to graft and work my ass off to make it in Japan. But it was worth it because every single day was special. Every single day. Now, 5 years, 6 years later, it's still special. That's why I'm here. I kind of, for 2 years, I jumped around every few months from place to place to place, searching for something, you know, and 3 months in Germany was amazing, but it come to the time where I keep getting hungry, I want to see something new. I arrive in Japan and it just feeds my appetite for discovering new things, and yeah, that's why I'm here. Why Japan? Japan's a pretty special place. Amazing, unique, special culture. And a place that I can work and do my job, entertain.
That's so difficult. Yeah. I came to Japan initially because I wanted a challenge. I lived in London for quite a long time, doing the same job as a graphic designer, and I just wanted to challenge myself. And to move to a country that doesn't speak like English seemed like a really good challenge. Japan is such a fascinating country, loads of really, really cool culture and things that are totally different to England. So for me, that was the initial pull towards. After I spent some time here, I just love the people. You know, the people in Japan are just so friendly. They're so different to being back at home. There's a real warmth that you feel when you speak to people. So yeah, I just want to see more people experience just more obasan, because they're so cute.
And why am I in Japan? I don't know actually. It's all of a sudden, I think when I was 13 or 14, I was influenced of my mother and my brother and my close friends. Everyone was kind of inspired by Japan, and I got this inspiration and I opened my eyes towards Japan, and I just fell in love with the country, and somehow the culture and the people, some points of it felt very close to me. So I always had the longing, and something always called me to come here. So I guess, and it's just, it's just a kind of a destiny, or, well, you know, just following the flow and coming here, and everything just works out. When you wish for something very hard, it just comes to you. If you wish with open heart, and I wish to come to Japan.
I came to Japan about 1.5 years ago to teach English. I didn't have a dream to teach English abroad, but I wasn't happy in my life in California for reasons that I can't quite understand, but I was bored. So even though I was living in paradise in California on the beach, I wanted to challenge myself to go to another country. I guess I look at my parents and I see two people that have lived a life that's been very comfortable and very safe, and comfortable and safe to me is not exciting. What's exciting to me is being somewhere where I'm totally lost in translation, to be honest, and the feeling of kind of going to a new place and conquering that city is just incredible. So I think coming to Japan, I mean, I came here knowing 2 words. I knew arigato and I knew sayonara, which is a word that they don't even use. So I was really, really in an uncomfortable situation when I first came here, but I made it through. I lasted 1 year, and to me that was a personal challenge and something that I overcame, and I've met so many amazing people along the way, and I wouldn't be here on this show if it weren't for that risk that I took 1.5 years ago to get on that plane and come here.
And Duncan's last question, the philosophical final question, is, can we really find the soul of Japan? I said, we do this trip. Why do I spend my time running, cycling, kayaking around Japan, and I don't take the bus? And okay, it's a gimmick. I could easily just get on a train and fly down to Kyoto and have a look around Kyoto, and it'd still be a travel show. But I also wanted to offer this idea that I can do it all with my physical body and we don't need that transport. Maybe that's not for everybody, but the idea that we can overcome daily challenges and progress through the country is really important to me. And what's more, by doing that, I think that's how you really discover what Japan is. Because if you just get off at those same like 10 cliche Shinkansen spots, now you're going to have an amazing trip, and I don't judge anybody for doing that with a limited amount of time. But let's say you have more time and you're running through Japan, and that means you're going only 30 kilometers a day. Think of every little piece that you're going to see. Now, admittedly, some of that's going to be kind of residential or something that's not so fascinating, but then all of those gemstones that you just stumble across, you find yourself like a few days ago talking to kids at the school, or you meet an old lady who invites you into her house and you have tea together, or you meet a family and they say, hey, stop at our house and we've got a boat, so let's go out on the boat tomorrow and catch some fish. And they're all the things that I think are the soul of Japan.
That's hard. Like, the soul of Japan isn't one thing. The soul of Japan is a multitude of things. So I'm hoping that we can even just scratch the surface a little bit, so we can show people, what this country has to offer and what the people have to offer. So that's I'm hoping we find something. And I know we will, because we already have.
I believe, yes, indeed we can. But through these 50 days, I'm sure each of us will find a piece of soul of Japan. And who knows, we might even find it. But I wouldn't worry. I think even if we find just a little piece of the puzzle.
All right, last question. Can we find the soul of Japan? The answer to this is, in my opinion, absolutely yes. I think finding the soul of any country is really something that's up to the individual, and it's based on your previous experiences as a person and what you're coming here looking for. And if you're open enough to the culture, you're going to find some things that just kind of turn you upside down. I often tell people when they ask me, oh, what's Japan life? I kind of say it's like a love-hate experience, but that's how a lot of cultures are. You hate it because it's different from your own. It's different from what you know. But you love it because it's different at the same time, and because it's so exciting and new. And I mean, in Japan, every day is entertaining. There might be things that frustrate you. Absolutely. You can't communicate. You don't understand what something is. You don't know how to get somewhere. You go to the supermarket, you don't know what to buy because you can't read anything. I mean, every day is a personal challenge. But at the same time, there's something that's going to make you laugh along the way. And it's funny because there's this one line that I've said to people recently and on one of the episodes here, and that is that you get to Japan and you start changing your mindset and you stop asking why and you start asking why not. And personally, I've come to a realization that is actually like a much bigger statement in terms of thinking about it in regards to attitude. You can go through life asking why. Why are they different? Why is this person confusing me? Why don't I like this? Why do I like this? All these why questions. And then when you change your mind and you start asking why not, it becomes, the world just expands. Why not? Why not join a reality travel TV show in Japan? Why not take that risk and go somewhere? Why not pursue your dreams? And, it makes me realize that this world could be a better place if everyone asks why not instead of why. It's a much more positive mindset. So yeah, I think we're all going to find the soul of Japan, but I think it's going to be in a very individual way. We all come from different backgrounds with different experiences and different interests, and I think we're going to connect with Japanese culture in our own ways, and we're all going to leave this experience having found the soul of Japan in our minds. Maybe not something that we can fully describe, but it's going to be something that we feel in our hearts, you know, that we left this and we feel changed because of it. And I think that's going to be the soul of Japan for each of us. So, that's all, folks.
It's time to run away. It's time to break away. Just get away, run away. I'm gonna run.